Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to spend a few minutes on my channel today talking about something that I've heard from several of you is an understandably annoyed position. Now, anytime I talk about Kabam needing to do better, there are always people who come out and say, Prof, stop complaining. Just be glad the game exists. And look, I am glad the game exists. And when it comes to buffs, certainly there are people, particularly those of you who've told me for both defensive and maybe even offensive reasons, have already taken Mr. Iron Man Infinity War, Mr. Infinity Man, to at least rank 3, but there are a few people who have already taken him to rank 4. Like, I get it. Mine is awakened at Sig 20, so of course, in terms of a natural awakening, he is the bare minimum of Sigs that you can have a champion. But this is not, and continues to not be, the Iron Man that summoners have been asking for a buff. Really, there are two different Iron Men that need it. We'll come back to this class in a second, but really, the other Iron Man, it's so ironic that they call him Superior Iron Man because this really feels like, given what he could be, inferior Iron Man. Like, if you took out Superior Iron Man or the champion we're about to talk about, OG Iron Man, I would never notice. I could go years without noticing because they're literally, amongst a couple of minor differences, the same champion. Same animations, same play style. And if you were to tell somebody who didn't play this game that you landed on a superior Iron Man or Iron Man in general, their reaction would probably be what my brother was back in the day when I landed on him, even as a 4-star. Oh, congratulations, that's awesome, right? And you just have to stare into the soul of that person and say, no, it's terrible. Well, who's good in the game? Nick Fury? Nick Fury is more powerful than Iron Man? Yep. Yep, he sure is. Ha ha. Go team. So, speaking of Iron Man, when we talk about buffs, and Superior Iron Man is Sig 40, regular Iron Man is Sig 40. I've landed on both of them a combination of 6 times, 3 each. When you think about the Arc Overload Iron Man champs, and look, Arc Overload used to be a solid way to survive, but how many people bring in these Iron Men now? I don't know anybody for years who brings them in. I remember, because I'm so old, because it's now been over 7 years since I downloaded the game, and if you don't know how long it's been since you played it, you can go to your app store, at least I could on my iPhone, and it tells you the first day you downloaded the app, and I just celebrated recently my 7-year MCOC anniversary, which makes me feel both old and shocked that the game is still around, kind of like my YouTube channel. But he used to be a defender. I remember when 3-star Iron Man was an Alliance War Defender. Can you believe that? You must be hearing these words if you are somewhat new to the game and just shaking your head like Prof. Go to bed, Grandpa. That's not true. I would say the same thing if I were you. I wouldn't believe it, and yet that's exactly what happened. So, in the grand scheme of things, this is one of those kind of I'll believe it when I see it buff concepts, but at the same time, people deserve this. Kabam, people deserve for inferior Iron Man and superior Iron Man, really both, to get buffs. And I don't know why Infinity War was buffed more. Kabam might be thinking, well, because more people use him, but that's the problem, right? That deals at the heart of the issue. And that heart is an arc reactor. All I know is that I have heard from people since that was announced in the last couple weeks who've said, Prof, this is kind of crazy. Because, of course, Infinity Man is still a really good defender and can still put up a good fight in Battlegrounds. But that's the last point of this video. Because why is Infinity Man the one with the buff? Because Kabam knows that he's going to be even better for Battlegrounds, and that's where the game, not the future of the game is, literally the present of the game. So, why not retool him instead of making OG Iron Man good? It makes them more money in Battlegrounds. I get it, but I don't have to support it. For all you out there who want to see Groot buffed finally, because it feels like everybody else in the Guardians of the Galaxy is going to get a buff or has gotten a buff. For everybody who wants to see Iron Man buffed, I'm right there with you. We're just going to continue to make the call, and hopefully Kabam at some point listens, even if it's in 2023. Thanks for the feedback, YouTube. Thanks for watching.